Hey, welcome back to MyATMM Machine, cost basis tracking built for option sellers. Go ahead and review the disclaimer on screen, and let's get right to it. Here we are logged into the web application MyATMM.com, and we are going to be going over our new cost basis screen. We have rebuilt the cost basis screen. It's much more powerful, it's easier to use, and we're going to get right into it. So let's go over to the cost basis version 2 screen. Eventually, this will just go to cost basis, and we'll probably put a legacy link to go to the original version of the cost basis page, just for anybody that wants to use it. The original cost basis page is more of a manual effort to add your positions, add your transactions, and basically keep track of each one of them manually, um, as you wish. But some could possibly find it a little bit more cumbersome to use. The new version of the cost basis page has been written to basically make it a lot more seamless. Basically, it adds transactions while you're adding the positions in one go, and you'll see that as we go through this. We are going to be using Ford as the ticker that we are going to be demoing this with. So this first time we've been in the cost basis version 2 page in this portfolio, and so we don't have anything in the drop down. So the first thing we want to do is click on the add button. It'll automatically put the cursor into the symbol. You'll enter F for Ford, that's the ticker symbol. Click save. And so it already had it in the system. So it pulled in the last price that it traded at, which was 1160. And as you can see, there's nothing in the cost basis header up here because we haven't added any transactions. And so what I'm going to do is just simulate basically what you would do if you were just, we'll just be running the wheel, because that way it'll give a good demo of doing a cash secured put first, getting assigned, putting a covered call on it, and then getting assigned on that and getting called out. So we're just going to go through the motions of that right here, right now. So a wheel starts out with a cash secured put. So you need to come over to the puts tab and then click on the new put button. This dialog comes up, and I'm just gonna, the dates, we'll just play with the dates. We'll just leave the dates as is for right now. So what we want to do is a cash secured put. So that'd be a sell to open. We're going to just do one contract, and we'll just pick the current upcoming Friday, which it already does. It finds the next upcoming Friday and selects that automatically for you. So it's the 10th. And the strike, well, we can see it's currently trading at 1160. So, following suit with a cash secured put, we're expecting the price to go down. We're going to just say $11 for a strike, and we'll say we got 10 cents for that. So as soon as you enter the 10 cents, you'll see this proposed transaction record appears down here. You can also see what the ROI is on that. So a 10-cent, you're basically making 0.91% on the money collateral that we're going to have to put up for this, because the collateral is going to be about $1,100 because the strike is 11 bucks. So as you can see, it created the proposed transaction down here, and just briefly, this check mark allows you to still get the manual position maintenance of this if you want to without actually creating the transaction record. You could uncheck this, click save. It would save the position without the transaction, and you could go to the transactions tab and manually mess with it over there if you really wanted to. But that's kind of not the point of this whole new revised version of cost basis. So we're going to go and leave that checked, and it's showing you that it's going to create a transaction that's a sell to open option, quantity 1, and it has a description of what that option selling will be, the amount you're going to get, and it also, as you notice, pulled in my default commissions and fees that I have set up for my account. So all of this looks good. We're going to go ahead and click save. And as soon as I do, you'll notice a record will appear under the puts tab, and a record will appear in the transactions tab. So I'm going to click save. So there's the puts, and you can see the put position was added. And over in the transactions tab, you can see the transaction was added. So that's awesome. So far, so good. Also, you'll notice that the header up here updated. We have the 100 shares represented from the puts, the cashiered put that we just sold, and the collateral that was put up for that. And so far, our realized, gain loss so far that we've attained from selling that cash secured put. You also notice that this is a dividend paying stock, so it's showing that this February 13th, or sorry, this past February 13th, my bad, it paid a 60-cent dividend. And this weekly average trading range, basically, this is showing that this ticker basically moves 37 cents on average every week. But for this demo, we're going to obviously play around with the numbers. And the cost basis up here is all showing zeros, but the the cost basis with the puts in mind, it's basically speculating that if we get assigned on this, our cost basis will be $11. That's what this means up here. Okay, so the next step in this is we'll say that the stock price tanked down below $11. So that means that this cash secured put would have been assigned. So you can either click on the row or you can click this edit button to edit this position. And you have some options right here. Expired. I'm just going to kind of go through each one of them, and then we're going to go through the assign just so you can see what each one does. All right, expired. There's nothing to do. So it actually just shows a message saying all you got to do is just delete the row because there's nothing to do if it expires. If you roll the position, when I click roll, you'll see a roll dial or section comes up for you to enter the roll details. Well, we're not rolling this cash secured put. We're going to say it was assigned. So we're going to click change, come back to this. Also, I'm going to skip over assign for right now. There's a close position. Again, similar kind of thing. Comes up with the close, and again with the proposed transaction for that. But again, we're not doing close here. We're going to go back. So that's just the variations. So there's 3 different variations of different things you can do that'll have a corresponding either new position added, like roll will actually delete this current position and add a new position for the roll. Close will just delete this position, and assign will actually delete this put position and create a stock position. I know that was a mouthful. All right, let's go ahead and stick to it. We're going to click on assigned, and now we get assignment details. Just ignore the dates. We're just kind of play with the dates as we go through this demo. This is going to be a buy to open, and it's 100 shares because basically an assignment on a cash secure put is assigning you stocks. So you're having to buy the stocks. So you're buying 100 shares, and the assignment price will be the strike price, $11. And so what's going on is you can see right here, it's going to delete the put position. You're going to buy 100 shares of the stock, and it's going to add one transaction, this transaction right here. This is basically making a transaction for the assignment, buying those 100 shares. And again, it pulled in the commissions and fees, which on a stock purchase in the broker that I use is free. So there's no charge for that. So all this looks good. It's going to be adding its position. It's going to be deleting the original put position, and it's going to be adding the transaction all in one dialog. So we're going to click I confirm to that, click submit. And all of that magic happened. You'll notice the put went away. It's no longer there. The stock position was added. And now over in transactions, we have the stock purchase transactions. And all of the header information is updated for you automatically. So we no longer have the 100 shares from the puts. We now own 100 shares. It cost us $1,100. There's no more collateral because we don't have the put anymore. And you can see all this is going through. Now, this unrealized gain is because it's saying we bought it for $1,100, but it's saying the current price is $1,160, so it thinks it's $60. So that's how all the numbers work. So obviously, as the last price changes, from day to day, the unrealized will change accordingly. This little warning icon up here is basically saying that, hey, you own 100 shares and they're not covered, meaning we don't have any covered calls on it. It's basically just a little helper indicator to signify to you that, hey, you have 100 shares, you could sell some covered calls on this. There's possibly some money missing opportunity here. All right. And that is the next step in this. So we sold the cash secured put. It got assigned on it. We bought the stocks. And now we're going to turn around and sell a covered call on it. So we need to go to the calls tab, click on new call. It's going to be a sell to open, one contract. And we're just going to, fake out and say it's the next following 17th. And let's see. So that original one was $11 that we got a sign on. So theoretically, in this virtualization, it dropped below 11. So now we're going to say we're going to sell a covered call for 11 because we want to sell it back or get assigned on it to get it called away from us at $11. If that happens, that basically means there's zero capital gains because you literally bought it for 1100 and now you're selling it for 1100. So there'll be zero capital gains. I mean, there will be like a fee or something. So, but that's a loss. You won't actually have a capital gain. Anyway, for selling this covered call, we're going to say, for this one, we'll just say we got actually 15 cents. We'll just say the premiums were paying out quite a bit this time. And so as soon as I tab off of this, again, the proposed transaction appears. It tells you what the ROI on this single transaction was, which is just, nice to have. It's kind of interesting to see. And again, the proposed transaction that's going to create shows up down here. So we're going to create a new call position, and this is a sell to open, pulled in the fees and commissions for us. So we're going to click save, and it's going to show up in the calls. It's going to show up as a transaction. So click save, and there we go. In the covered call or the calls tab, we now have that covered call represented here. And over in the transactions, we have that covered call transaction in here. All right. And again, the header information updated. For covered call, there's not really any information that updates up here other than the fact that, we added to the realized gain because we sold some more premium. So that will update up here. All right. Now we're on to the final step in this process. We'll say the covered call, we'll say the price went above $11, like 11.01, and we got assigned on that. So it's going to be called away from us. So again, got back to the call tab. I won't click on the edit button because I want to just show you can click the row and it'll bring this dialog up too. Okay, so what happened? It didn't expire. We're not going to roll it. We're not going to close it. We got assigned on it in this, demo version of this world. So we're going to click assigned, and it was a sell to close. We're selling to close 100 shares, and it's the strike price, $11, and it's creating the transaction for you, sell to close transaction. Again, no commissions, no fees. The funny thing about it is there actually is some fees typically on this, at least with my broker. It's usually like 2 cents, depending on how many shares and how much the stock price is. But in any case, it'll show you a little summary of what it's about to do. It's about to delete that original call position. It's going to sell 100 shares of the stock, and it's going to add this one transaction. And it does give you a net here. I think it even gave a net on the other screen. I just didn't mention it. And all this looks good. So we're going to click confirm. We want to do this. We're going to click submit. And what it's going to do is it's going to basically do exactly what it said right here. It's going to delete the current call, sell the 100 shares, and add a transaction. So we're going to click submit. And there we go. It all cleaned up. The call disappeared. The stocks disappeared. And it added that fourth transaction over here. So we have the original cash secured put here. The assignment, we had to buy it. The covered call. And then the assignment from the covered call where it got called back away from us. So we have all four of those transactions all logged, and the header information up here has been updated. This is actually just a test feature, so you can ignore that for now. In any case, so 0 shares owned, 0 cost, no more puts, no more collateral. We don't own any stock, so there's no stock value. And the total credits that we've collected so far is $23.96. And that's it. That's the full wrap up of that whole wheel: selling the cash put, getting assigned, selling the covered call, and then getting assigned back out of it. It's the full Monty, as they say. Okay. We come back over to dashboard. Well, we now have a little target here because we have some positions in there, but you can see I don't have any deposits, so there's nothing really to go from. If we wanted to get just a little, numbers showing here, we could, let's just say back on April 1st, we'll just say deposit, and we'll just say $100. Okay, so we get some numbers in there. So now the summary will show the deposits. The total brokerage is that the 100 plus the 23 we got in the credit and premium in that demo that we were doing. And yeah, I don't know if there's going to be very much information to look through in here. Yeah, the premiums that we collected will show, and performance. Yeah, it'll show the premiums that we collected and the percentage and, things like that. All the rest of the screens still work, of course. And as you add more tickers, as you add more transactions, all of this updates automatically. and it's all handled for you. But in any case, so yeah, that was the demo on a cost basis version 2 screen. And see you in the next one. That's going to wrap it up for this one. If you got something out of it, hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. And if you haven't already, head over to MyATMM.com and create your free account. 3 tickers free forever. No credit card required. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.